Sabar, gua belum on cam.
Okay, we will start the presentation. We are from Group 1. We will present you about licensing, investment, and strategic alliance. My name is Corina Kretaina Haura, and my friend Sheni Agustiana and Indra Wijaya. So, companies that wish to move beyond exporting and importing can avail themselves of a wide range of market entry strategies. Each strategy has distinct advantage and disadvantage associated with it. The alternative that can be relying on continuum representing increasing levels of investment, commitment, and risk. So licensing can generate revenue flow with little new investment. It can be so good choice for a company that process advanced technology. Uh, a strong brand image are valuable intellectual property, and then contract manufacturing and franchising are two specialist forms of licensing that are widely used in global marketing. A higher a higher level of involvement outside the home country may involve foreign direct investment, or we can call it FDI. Next.
Okay, about the case, in 1998, the Ford, the automobiles company from America, bought Jaguar to make up a lack of luxury cars. And then Jaguar shortcoming need to be fixed, gear shift and headlights malfunction, brakes catch on fire, a 100 hours car, and then in that year 100 hours cars assembly. And then the solution from the problem before from Ford are reduce the assembly time, and then the improve plant facility and the productivity. And then in 1997 until 1999, the Ford released several Jaguar Lens product, and in 2001 there is X type, and then in 2002 the Jaguar X type have the positive and the negative feedback from the customer, and then from the feedback that been given by the consumer, in 2005 Ford discontinue the production of Jaguar X type, and then in 2008 Ford decided to sell Jaguar to Tata Motors from India.
Yeah, basically, back to the previous slide. Basically, this is the progress of development in Jaguar itself. They make the type, also changing the type of their product time by time. See on how in 2008, Tata Motors paid the Ford Motor Company in $2.3 billion for UK-based automaker Land Rover and Jaguar. The deal came out about as Detroit automaker face on of the worst business environment indicates. Industry observers call for Ford to shift some of its luxury brands. When Ford acquired Jaguar in 1989, the American company like a high-end luxury model executives were bidding that they could leverage an exclusive nameplate by launching a new, less expensive line of Jaguar and selling it more to people. So the challenge was to execute the strategy without diminishing Jaguar reputation. Meanwhile, four Japanese competitors pursued a different strategy, like they launch a new nameplates and upgrade their dealer organization. Status and quality conscious car buyer embrace Lexus, Infiniti, and also the other new sedans that offer high performance and outstanding dealer organization. As a benchmark, Ford manufacturing expert knew that Germany luxury car makers could build a physical in 80 hours in Japan, and the figure was 20 hours if Jaguar were ever to achieve the world-class status. Jaguar assembly time of 110 hours per car had to be drastically reduced. As the 1990 came to the end, Jaguar introduced several new vehicles like introduced before, and in 1997, the you can see Jaguar Ford Race Jaguar lines. It's about 60 for 900 X-Cal coupe and roadster. Also unfortunately the company was not able to sustain the momentum. A backlash to began the develop. Jaguar Land Rover, new owner Tata Motor, faced challenge of its own. The global economic crisis led to slump in the demand for cars in India. In fact, in the first years of the ownership, Tata Motor lost about $500 million on Jaguar Land sale of luxury cars, and also Jaguar XF and also XJ sedan won rave reviews for auto crisis, like 2 decades of restructuring under Ford were finally paying off. John Edward, brand director for Land Rover, noted that Ford laid out a good foundation for us, but I think we are nimbler, as Lewis both Ford chief explained that we didn't have enough capital resource to look after them, but we found an owner that had the resource to continue what we started. So basically, all of us already know Tata Motors that exist in Indonesia. See on how in related to this era in 2020, we know that we facing also the new normal or new era of our life. So basically in 2020, they have Tata Motor have like their marketing strategies. We can see one of them is APM Tata Motors Indonesia. They have the new trick with the unique straps, and you can see they give small surprise to the customer that they will give the Tata Super HD in June 2020, but have some require like if you want to get it, you need to pay cashly when you want to buy Tata Ultra 1014. This is one of the marketing strategy that we know right now in pandemic era. We still do the using the big car like truck or something like that, but because of this, many people facing some challenge, like it's hard to buy the car itself. So this Tata make the new give the big surprise but they call it small to the customer, so the customer will interested to buy it because they have like a promo itself. So this is one of strategy that we currently facing. And next, Indra, next. Going to the question, the first, why has GLR prospered under the ownership of Tata Motor? GLR has prospered under new ownership because, as first stated, we didn't have enough capital to look after them, but we found an owner that had the resource to continue what we started. Tata Motor had the ability to focus a lot of their production on Jaguar and Land Rover, unlike Ford, who was also focusing on the production of their other cars. Also, Tata Motor turned GLR back into a niche product as a Ford went for more a mass production approach. Consumers have been asking for Jaguar to revert back to being a niche product, and now that Tata Motor is doing that, they are having a lot of success. Next, Indra.
And question number 2. In 2016, Jaguar launched the second generation XF sedan with a V6 engine and a 5-year and 6,100 miles warranty at a base price of $51,600. And the new price represented savings of approximately 500 and $5,100 from the previous model year. What is the rationale behind these changes? And the sales were being eclipsed by growing consumer demands for SUVs. I think they hope by lowering price on the sedans, they could attract more potential buyers while they work on rolling out their SUV. And they were doing all they could with marketing changes and other strategies, but the demand was simply not as high for sedans as it was for SUVs. Their only other option to incentivize was to lower the price to sway potential buyer. Laura, please.
So number 3 is Jaguar recently launched a new compact luxury crossover, the E-Pace, whose price tops out at nearly $50,000. Observe expect it to be a high volume, profitable addition to the Jaguar lineup. What are its prospects for success? So the E-Pace is a new Jaguar model that is an SUV type model. However, it is smaller and more affordable than the E-Pace model. Capable and attractive, the E-Pace offer many of the qualities that have made the E-Pace a sales champion. It also had newer aesthetic design that was a hybrid of luxury and affordability with a stylish cabin and handsome seat metal exterior. It has a large list of standard amenities while giving buyers a wide range of choice, choice when it comes to equipment designed to cuddle, protect, and entertain. Next.
What do you think are the biggest challenges facing the Jaguar and Land Rover brands in the next few years? Um, there are numerous challenges that will face by Jaguar and Land Rover in the next few years. But for us, we think that their late entry into electric vehicle production could come back to haunt them. And the case mentioned that they are already moving in late, while other competitors have been building a market share for years, and they may have been better off trying to continue branding themselves as a niche car and not a brand that has dipped their toe into every type of car market available.
So that's all for our presentation. Any addition or comment? If there is no, we will close the presentation.
Okay, all thank you for your nice attention. We are sorry if we have any mistakes. We wish that audience will understand what we mean. So thank you and see you in the next presentation.